welcome to Derby Date Night Tournament Edition. Welcome back to our first cream of the crop bracket. So far we have had 4 games today, and the winners and not so winners have been separated into 2 different brackets, the cream of the crop and the aw shucks bracket. So this is the first game in our winners bracket with Black Diaspora and Cornfed Roller Derby. If you are here to cheer on skaters from either of the 2 teams or just cheer for good derby, let us know in the chat. Where are you watching from and who are you rooting for? We are so excited to have you here. The winner of this game will move on to the championship game tomorrow, which will be, I don't know what time things happen tomorrow. Tomorrow night is the championship. So this is for going to the first place game. Very exciting. This is the 5th game I've announced so far today. I don't know how loopy I am. I'm guessing it's a little. The lights have gone out in turn 2, just like they did last year, so it might be a little darker in turn 2, but we are handling it like the pros we are, and we are watching this game, which has getting started off with a bang as Candy Pain Chaos is grabbing that lead jammer very quickly for Black Diaspora. Candy is jamming against Little Addie Adderall from Cornfed, who is trying to get through. Oh, that's a strong tripod that Addie is trying to get through there. Candy Pain Chaos on a first scoring pass has grabbed those 4 points. And Cornfed blockers going back to help Little Addie Adderall, who has that star off, has handed that star to Alexecutioner, who is now the jammer for Cornfed. Candy Pain Chaos coming through with a little jump and a hop to get through for 4 more points as Cornfed comes back to try and help Lexa, who has gotten stuck in this pack. Michael says every turn 2 is haunted, every derby track. Michael, you are right. This happened last year, too, so it's a thing. Candy Pain Chaos through for another 4 points. Candy Pain Chaos skates with Pikes Peak in Colorado and is coming through on another scoring pass as Alexa is getting pushed to the inside and forced to recycle. And Candy Pain decides to call the jam. CJ, you're welcome for the info. Yes, we will be streaming live. We will not stop this stream, but next week what we do is we like to split all of these games, because sometimes people like to just watch one game. So we'll split these games up into different games and upload them to our YouTube channel in a higher resolution. So you'll be able to watch these games lots and lots, over and over. If you're new to Derby Date Night, I am Are You Kidding Me? And I'm here with Seriously, my forever Derby date and technical guy behind the scenes who tries to tell me what to do, and then I don't do what he tells me to do, and I just push buttons. But we have fun here at Derby Date Night. And so does Shred Her Silly from Black Diaspora, who has just grabbed lead jammer, followed closely behind by Miss Adventure, who is jamming for Cornfed. Shred Her Silly coming in on a scoring pass. Miss Adventure getting that star back on her head and coming around, but will not be able to score any points as Shred Her Silly will call the jam. Black Diaspora currently leading 20-0. Cornfed hoping to get some points on the board here.
New chairman of the Black Diaspora, number 45,
Bad Habit Barbie jamming for Black Diaspora and Ultra Ego for Cornfed Roller Derby. This is the first time lead jammer has not happened quickly, as both jammers are stuck behind some strong blocking walls here. Bad Habit Barbie finding some space on the outside. Gets a little bit of a hit from Alexecutioner, but Alexa has to let her go as Black Habit Barbie is out of the pack. Bad Habit Barbie is a skater for Angel City in California. Oh, Michael says Barbie is with my league. Yay! And Barbie just got 4 points. Alexecutioner has the star now in hand and is going to have to get past some pretty strong blocking from the Black Diaspora team to be able to get out. Bad Habit Barbie is engaged in the pack on a second scoring pass. And Black Habit Barbie was able to get through. Alexa also out of the pack now, putting that star on. Bad Habit Barbie approaching the pack. goes around the outside after grabbing 4 points, preventing Cornfed from scoring. We've had such a fun day streaming with you today and meeting all sorts of new people in the chat. If you are new or old, just go ahead and say hi, who you're here rooting for. We also do have super chats and super stickers. If you want to shout out a favorite skater or a favorite referee or a favorite whatever, you can do that, and we will post your chat on the screen for everybody to see. Michael says Barbie is delightful unless you're trying to block her, then she's horrible. I can imagine that. Graceful Dread is lead jammer for Black Diaspora, jamming against Miss Adventure, who is out of the pack and about half a track behind Graceful Dread. Graceful Dread engaging in the pack, getting through, and tapping their hips to call that jam dead after scoring 4 points. Those of you who are faithful Derby Date Night listeners, Sirius and I have 2 kids that we like to affectionately call OMG and LOL, and we have got LOL on a camera. Actually, he looks like he's texting right now, but he is on a camera and helping us out on turn 4. And OMG is home taking care of the dog. One of them is getting paid. Take a guess which one we're paying. Candy Pane Chaos jamming for Black Diaspora, and Addie for Cornfed Roller Derby. Candy Pane Chaos trying to find some space on the outside. Has to get past Pure Polly, who is, beautiful little ziggy zaggy to slow down Candy Pane Chaos, but Candy Pane Chaos is out of the pack. Little Addie Adderall trying to find some space. Has the star off. Candy Pane Chaos coming around the outside. Stephanie O'Brien is here cheering for Free State Roller Derby's B-Team captain, Shred Her Silly on Black Diaspora. Nice. And I learned earlier that Free State is in Rockville, Maryland. And that jam is called after 8 points have been scored for Black Diaspora. Both these teams won their games earlier today. In the first game of the day, Black Diaspora was victorious over Cape Girardeau. Cape Girardeau will play later tonight. And Cornfed was victorious over the Rolla Rockets, who will play later tonight as well. So Cape Girardeau and Rolla Rockets will play each other at the end of the night tonight at 8 p.m. And the winner of this game will go on to our championship tomorrow. Barbarian coming out for Cornfed to grab lead jammer, followed closely by Shred Her Silly, who's about quarter track behind. Barbarian speeding up as best as they can. Barbarian hitting the pack. Shred Her Silly getting pushed to the outside. Is forced to recycle. Barbarian hopping around trying to find some space. Shred Her Silly trying to get past, find some space on the outside, and is out of the pack. And coming around. Barbarian still holding control of this. And Barbarian does decide to call the jam. Shred Her Silly was able to steal a couple points there. Stephanie is agreeing with me that Free State is in Rockville, Maryland. I'm like a child in school. I'm like, I know where this team is because I wrote it down. Uh-oh. Oh, not enough blockers out on the track for Cornfed, so they will skate this jam with only 3 blockers. Since they started with only 3 blockers, Alexecutioner is lead jammer. Where is Black Diaspora's? Oh, in the box, unfortunately. I'm not sure who that is. Alexa finding space on the inside line to grab 4 points for Cornfed. As both the pivot and blocker for Black Diaspora wait in the box. Diaspora pivot is sitting 2 penalties, Michael says. I did not see what happened. Bad Habit Barbie is the jammer who is in the box for Black Diaspora. Executioner coming around on a second pass. Bad Habit Barbie, when she does come out, will be on her initial still, so will not be scoring until she's passed all 4 of the Cornfed blockers. Alexa threw for another 4 points for Cornfed. Stephanie, you had 7 tornadoes in the Montgomery County area on Wednesday? Really? In Maryland? Is there usually... We have tornadoes. I don't think Maryland has tornadoes. Don't they have crab? That's what I know about Maryland. They have the best crab. Barbie also sitting for 2 penalties. Oh, dear. Okay, Michael, if you saw what that penalty was, I would love for you to enlighten us, because did they both go at the same time for the same thing, or are they completely separate things? Cornfed really capitalizing on that last jam, getting 14 points. The Black Diaspora has gone over the 50 mark, so they are sitting at 51, but Cornfed definitely took advantage of that double power jam to grab as many points as they could. Official timeout happening now. No, team timeout? Team timeout. Black Diaspora taking a little break. And for those of you who do not know us, you're going to know us now, because we like to tell jokes during team timeouts and official timeouts. And I like to see if I can make Sirius laugh. 8 times out of 10, it doesn't really work, but when it does, we know it's a good one. Why did the rabbit go to the salon? It was having a bad hair day. That one was bad. Where do birds stay when they travel? Someplace cheap. Get it? Cheap, cheap. Sirius is showing us the penalties right now. Everybody pretty low, but Bad Habit Barbie and Kelly Kruger both had those 2. Stephanie says, in Maryland, apparently we are the new edge of the tornado area. We definitely love crabs, though. I know last year at where all the different states go to play roller derby, Indiana played Maryland, and we called it the Crab and Corn Chowder Bowl, because we have the corn. Maryland has the crab, so it was the Crab and Corn Chowder Bowl. And then they played each other again in another tournament. So it's kind of become a thing with us and Maryland. Okay, Michael says they were separate. Pivot had a forearm and an illegal procedure. Jammer had an illegal procedure and misconducts. Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate that. I don't have Mel with me, who's my referee, who sometimes announces with me. Okay, misconduct was changed to an I. Okay. According to my penalty tracker, an I is a illegal procedure. Okay, Ultra Ego jamming for Cornfed, but Graceful Dread has gotten that lead jammer status for Black Diaspora. Woo, and getting through. Look at that, was beautiful. Grabbing those 4 points and calling it. Graceful Dread is a skater from River City in Richmond, Virginia. I love the fact that Black Diaspora is from all over the country, and just everybody, so many people from so many different teams coming together on this borderless team. It's just so cool to see so many different teams represented. Misadventure jamming for Cornfed and Candy Pane Chaos for Black Diaspora. Misadventure getting pushed out to the back, forced to recycle. Candy Pane Chaos trying to find some space on the outside, but what did not find it and was pushed out by B squared. Candy Pane Chaos trying to find space on the inside, takes a hit from Elizabeth, but was able to stay inbounds and grab that lead jammer status. Misadventure pushed to the inside and being forced to recycle. So still in the pack on her initial as Candy Pane Chaos approaches the pack on her first scoring pass. Getting slowed down and hits her hips to call the jam. This crowd is really big here. For those of you who are, well, most of you here are not here in the building, so you wouldn't know, but looking around, it's like there's a couple hundred people here, I think. There's also a really cool silent auction, and I think I'm winning both of my bids. We'll see if it stays that way. Barbarian jamming for Cornfed. And is that Barbie? Nope, Shredder Silly. Shredder Silly is lead jammer for Black Diaspora. Barbarian is chasing not too far behind. Barbarian trying to steal some points. A little bit of a tumble up, but I see people laughing, so I don't think anybody's injured. Looks like Cornfed was able to grab 1 point there to Black Diaspora's 2. Serious, how many subscribers are we at? I think we passed the 700 mark this morning. We're working on getting as many subscribers as we can. We'd love to get to 1,000 someday. And we've been working on our subscribers. Oh, we're at 7-Eleven. We are a convenience store. Oh, nice one, Sirius. We are your one-stop shop for all of your Midwest roller derby and beyond. 7-Eleven. Bad Habit Barbie is your lead jammer on a scoring pass right now. Hamburger Buns is jamming for Cornfed. Star Pass has been made to Pure Poly on Cornfed. That jam is called. Cornfed was not able to score any points there, but Black Diaspora was able to grab 3. Oh, beautiful. Graceful Dread coming out, and that inside line getting cleared out so that they could grab lead jammer for Black Diaspora. Ultra Ego has got the star for Cornfed. Whew, beautiful front recycling by Black Diaspora to try and stop Ultra Ego, but she was able to get out as Graceful Dread comes through on one skate. Gorgeous, and calls the jam. We have 14 minutes-ish left in this first half, so we're already halfway through the first half. It doesn't feel like it, I don't know, it doesn't feel like we've been playing for 15 minutes already. Barbarian jamming for Cornfed and Candy Pane Chaos for Black Diaspora. Candy Pane able to get through to grab lead jammer for Black Diaspora. Barbarian passing the star to Alexecutioner, who is now the jammer for Cornfed as Candy Pane Chaos is coming around on their first scoring pass. Everybody taking a little bit of a hit, and we are going to have I think that might have been called off by the officials. I think there might have been a little bit of somebody's head got shaken a little bit, so we like to make sure everybody's okay. Ultra Ego jamming for Cornfed roller derby. Oh, but Shred Her Silly coming out with that lead jammer status for Black Diaspora. Ultra Ego trying to find some space here. It is difficult to find any space. Shred Her Silly comes around and jukes to the inside, sweeps to the outside, and gets slowed down by Pure Poly. And I think that's Shred, who are going to slow Shred Her Silly down a little bit as Ego comes into the pack on a scoring pass. Stephanie O'Brien says, pivot line start, like old school derby. Yeah, I've noticed some different strategies today. We saw some pivot line starts earlier today too, so seems like people are trying all sorts of different strategies. And we have a timeout being called by Cornfed, so they're going to take a little break, and we're going to do a few little jokes. Somebody poodle, clear those minors. No, let's start on a knee. That'd be even better, Michael. Remember those starts? What was that? What did we call that? Slow derby when we did that? Remember when we used to have a jammer point too? Okay, now I'm just proving my age. That's all I'm doing. What should you do if your puppy isn't feeling well? Take him to the doctor. Look, serious, I enjoy telling bad puns. That's just how I roll. He's rolling his eyes now, because, yeah, that was bad. Why can't, okay, you should get this one. Why can't leopards play hide and seek? Because they're always spotted. Good one, huh? Okay, last one. What kind of felines can bowl? Alley cats. Yeah. I bet you somebody will laugh in the chat. All right, that whistle saves us from more jokes and allows us to get back to the roller derby. Some people come for the jokes, some come for the derby. You're always going to get both. Just the way it is. All right, Severina Slammer jamming for Cornfed and Bad Habit Barbie for Black Diaspora. Cornfed is my home team, and I don't know if I've seen Sev line up with the Jammer Star yet this season, so this is fun. Bad Habit Barbie sweeping from side to side, trying to find some space. Finds it on the outside and gets that lead Jammer status. Sev taking a hit to the inside and getting recycled to the back. Bad Habit Barbie coming through, grabbing 4 points for Black Diaspora. Sev getting pushed to the outside and forced to recycle. Bad Habit Barbie coming around again on another scoring pass as Sev is getting pushed to the inside. Bad Habit Barbie is out again with another 4 points for Black Diaspora. Executioner now has the star for Cornfed and will be the jammer for Cornfed as Bad Habit Barbie is come into the pack again on another scoring pass. Getting stuck with all 4 Cornfed blockers focused on defense. Bad Habit Barbie just has to get past B squared. They've gotten out of the engagement zone and had to let Bad Habit Barbie go there. Alexa trying to get some help from her teammates, and that jam is called. This weekend, we are launching memberships for Derby Date Night. We've been growing our channel since we started in late 2022, and we finally have, not only do we have merch on our website, derbydatenight.com, but we also have memberships here on YouTube. So you can be a part of our practice squad, a charter member, or an all-star, and you can get things like special, what are they called, badges and special emojis and different things. And somebody who joins and becomes a member this weekend will win a Smalltown Smackdown t-shirt that was donated to us by Cornfed. Graceful Dread has come out and is on a scoring pass right now for Black Diaspora. Orville Shreddenblocker is jamming for Cornfed. Getting some help from Lavender Menace as Graceful Dread is coming around on a second scoring pass. Orville takes a hit to the outside and is getting pulled back by Kelly Kruger. There's something on the track, Sirius says. Where? Oh, it's just to the side. I think it's somebody's knee pad cover. Ooh. Somebody's missing a knee pad. I would not want to fall without my knee pad cover. I think it might be Graceful Dread. They were touching their knee. It's Shred. Shred's picking up the knee pad cover and trying to put it back on. I think Graceful Dread called that jam. All right, less than 10 minutes left in this first half. Cornfed have somebody in the box? Oh no, Alexa just wasn't in the tripod. I see. There are 4 blockers out there. Candy Paint Chaos jamming for Black Diaspora. Gonna have to get past Barbarian, is able to do so to grab lead jammer. Ultra Ego jamming for Cornfed Roller Derby. Trying to find some space here. Some great blocking being done here by Black Diaspora to hold Ultra Ego. Executioner taking the star and forcing the call off there. So that I don't think I have all the blockers, but Grim and Hit Me Bruceton and Rage and Bajan were out there, and that was a hard pack to get through. Creature is on the line for Cornfed, but it looks like an official timeout is happening. Is it? No, it's an official review being called by Cornfed, it looks like. So that means I get to tell some jokes, Sirius. I'm sure you're excited. Thanks for feigning excitement, at least. Woohoo! Why did the man bring his watch to the bank? He wanted to save time. Where do penguins go to vote? The North Pole. How do you make a robot angry? Keep pushing his buttons. Joke alert! KTG using our Derby Date Night exclusive member emojis. Joke alert! When is a car not a car? This is philosophical. Nope, when it turns into a parking lot. That one took you a second, and then you decided, no, not so much. What's the best way to make a band stand? Bandstand. Take away their chairs. I like that one. I think that one's fun. I told a bad chemistry joke once. I got no reaction. You actually laughed at that one? Okay, I'm about to find out what that official review was. All right, so here's the tea. I always feel like I get the good gossip when the refs come over and tell me the things. So White was requesting an official review on Black Jammer. They do believe that there was a cut at turn 1. White will retain their review as the Jammer someone did observe a cut, and so we will start this next jam with a Black Diaspora Jammer in the box, and Cornfed will have a power jam. I always say with Derby Date Night, that's a good use of an official review. Like that was, when I was a coach, that was always one of my favorite things to do, was if I could get a jammer in the box, that was usually how I used my official review. Unless the team was just like, we were at the end of a half and we just needed a break. I also one time called more official reviews than I had, and I got all the refs mad at me. I genuinely didn't mean to. Creature is jamming in this power jam for Cornfed. Candy Pane Chaos is in the box for 30 seconds for Black Diaspora. Oh. Creature. Did Creature pass it? No. Creature is not jamming. Executioner is jamming for Cornfed. They must have swapped. Yeah, they must have swapped. So Executioner trying to get out to take advantage of this power jam. Candy Pane Chaos is standing in the penalty box. What about Scooby-Doo? Oh, Spooky Turn 2 with no lights on it. I thought you said Scooby-Doo. Candy Pane Chaos is out of the box, and Executioner is lead jammer for Cornfed. Candy Pane Chaos still on initial right now. Needs to get through this pack before they can start scoring points. Executioner in the pack on a scoring pass right now. Getting pushed to the inside by 3 Black Diaspora blockers. And Jukes to the outside to get through for 4 points for Cornfed. Candy Pane Chaos is now out of the pack and will be eligible to score points if Executioner does not call the jam. Alexa does decide to call the jam.
And the jam will be called.
See, good use of a official review there for Cornfed, grabbing 4 points with 6.5 minutes left in this game. Nope, half. At least I corrected myself quickly. Tomorrow, by the time I'm at game 11, I'll be like, what day is it? All right, the jam started, and nobody has moved yet. Okay, now people are moving a little bit. All right, Bad Habit Barbie getting out for lead jammer for Black Diaspora. Creature is jamming for Cornfed and has been called on a penalty and is headed to the penalty box. Ooh. Bad Habit Barbie jumping along the outside to grab 4 points for Black Diaspora. The jam is called, so Creature will be frozen in the penalty box. And Black Diaspora will start this next jam with a power jam. KTG says, hope you're drinking lots of water. So this is game 5. I've not lost my voice. I do have a betting pool with some of the NSOs, refs, and skaters about which game am I going to start to lose my voice in. And the earliest bet is game 6, which would be the next game. There's quite a few people who've gone for tomorrow. Last year, I started losing my voice at the last game of Saturday, so game 7. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna make it this year. I'm feeling pretty good. My voice is feeling pretty good. And also, I'm not drinking a lot of water. I'm drinking Coke Zero, which is not water. All right, everybody kind of tumbling a little bit. Shred Her Silly takes advantage of that tumbling to step around in a clear, empty spot and grab lead jammer. Creature is standing in the penalty box now and is now released from the penalty box. Shred Her Silly is on a scoring pass over in the spooky corner 2 with no lights on him. Creature hitting the pack, taking a little bit of a tumble. Shred Her Silly stretching that pack out at the front and is through for 4 points for Black Diaspora. Polly has taken a star pass and will now be the jammer, but will not get to score any points because the jam is called. Sad pivot moment. It's always tough when you're a pivot. You work so hard, you get the star, and then it's time for you to score, and then they call the jam. But that's really kind of the goal of the pivot, is just to get them to call it off. Barbarian jamming for Cornfed Roller Derby, and Darth Vader. I don't think I've seen Darth Vader take the star yet for Black Diaspora. Darth Vader is from Pikes Peak in Colorado. We've got a few skaters from Pikes Peak today. Darth Vader grabbing that lead jammer status as Barbarian takes the star off. Barbarian has passed the star to B squared as Darth Vader comes around on their first scoring pass. B is trying to pull that pack apart at the front, hoping for a no call. Takes a little tumble, and the pack is forming back around B. Did B get past to the... Oh, she did get pushed to the outside a little bit, so B kept going and did not realize that that was a track cut. So B will be headed to the box as the jammer. So this will be a 30-second penalty jam for Black Diaspora. Oh, Sarah Palmer is telling me, yep, Darth jamming is a OMG. I don't know how to say OMG with lots of G's. Yes, Sarah, Darth is jamming and jamming well right now, having scored 4 points already, headed into the pack on a second scoring pass. Sailing through. Ooh, a little bit of a tumble at the end there, but able to get up and recover and call the jam, freezing B squared in the penalty box. So Black Diaspora will start this next game as a power jam. If you want to root for one of your skaters and do a super chat or a super sticker is what I think they're called, and we can put them up on the screen. And when the skaters are watching again after tomorrow or after the tournament, they'll be able to see your shout out to them if you want to do that. Any money that is donated to us is used for our equipment, for our travel, and we really appreciate it as we do this for the love of Derby, and we do it for the love of just being able to share Derby with as many people as we can. And so any donations given toward us are greatly appreciated to keep us running. Graceful Dread is lead jammer for Black Diaspora. B Squared is now out of the pack and is, out of the pack. She wasn't quite out of the pack. I was just predicting. I was just trying to tell the future. Graceful Dread sees that B is out and calls the jam. Stephanie says, beautiful cut draw. I did notice that, Stephanie, when B went to the box. We're so excited to have so many new faces and voices in the chat and would love to see you at some more of our games. We are going to be, I think we have 4 more games in June. If you go to our Facebook page or our Instagram, you can see our schedule and you can see where we're going to be. We've got a lot of games coming up with a lot of great Derby that's going to be happening. But first, we got this whole weekend to go. This is only the 5th game in 12 games, and the winner of this game is going to go to the championship tomorrow. Bad Habit Barbie trying to get out of this 2-person pack, doing a great job weaving back and forth with Pure Polly and Shred to be able to get out. But, Bad Habit Barbie, what happened? A cut? Headed to the penalty box, so this will be a power jam for Cornfed. Ultra Ego. Oh, that was such a hard hit there by Hit Me Bruceton. That name. Aptly named Hit Me Bruceton. Like, that hit hurt me. Ultra Ego was almost out and took that big hit. Has the star off, and has passed it to Alexecutioner. Alexecutioner might be the queen of, star passes today. Alexecutioner, I think that is her 5th or 6th star pass she's taken in this game. Something's on the ground. Ooh, I don't want to see that. Okay, somebody threw it to the side. That kind of stuff scares me with wheels. All right, Bad Habit Barbie back in the action, but no longer lead, which means nobody's going to be lead, which means we're going to go the full 2 minutes. Alexa still trying to find some space to get out. This pack is so jumbled up. No pack called, so nobody can hit when they call a no pack. You gotta pause, take a minute until that pack is reformed. Nobody can hit when there is a no pack. Bad Habit Barbie is out of the pack. Alexa is also out. No, Alexa is pushed out and is being forced to recycle all the way back. Oh, sad. By Medieval. Oh, Alexa has decided to do some blocking. I love it when a jammer's like, you know what? I'm not getting through. I'm just going to be a 5th blocker. Bad Habit Barbie is on a scoring pass right now. Alexa is just decided to hold her. And that will take us to intermission. How did we get to intermission already? I was so engaged. Well, okay, it is time for a small break. So we are going to take that break, and we will be back with you in about 15 minutes to finish this game, which is going to determine who is going to go to the championship game in the cream of the crop bracket. Edition, where I guess I'm hitting buttons that I'm not supposed to hit before Sirius is ready for me to hit them. Anyway, Brianna, thank you so much for your super chat, and I think that was your first super chat, so congrats on that. Let's go Black Diaspora. Medieval is handling business, 100% handling business, so thank you so much for that super chat and that shout out to Medieval. All right, I think we're done with our argument now, right, Sirius? It's over. We've been married almost 20 years. It's not ever a real argument. We're like bickering all the time. What are you pointing at? Oh, turn 2. Oh, the lights are on. Who did that? They wouldn't let me touch the power thing earlier. I tried to go to it and hit all the buttons, and they told me to stop, which is what Sirius tells me when I try to hit the buttons for Derby Date Night, too. So there seems to be a theme here. All right, Ultra Ego jamming for Cornfed right behind lead jammer of Shred Her Silly from Black Diaspora. These two jammers are going to race. Oh, no, Shred Her Silly's going to just call the jam. Shred Her Silly is from Free State Roller Derby in Rockville, Maryland. Oh, we were talking about that earlier.
Barbarian back at the camera line against number 950, Chaos.
Barbarian jamming for Cornfed, and Candy Pane Chaos is jamming for Black Diaspora. Candy Pane finding some space on that inside line to just dash right up it and grab lead jammer. Barbarian trying to use brute force to push through and get out as Candy Pane Chaos is coming around on their first scoring pass. Gets a little bit tangled up and falls to the outside as Barbarian is able to get out of the pack. Candy Pane Chaos continuing to be a little bit tangled up here, but is through for 4 points and decides to call the jam before Barbarian can score any points of their own. It's so much brighter now that Spooky Turn 2 is no longer spooky. This is the 5th game in our tournament weekend of Smalltown Smackdown. This game will determine who will go to the championship game tomorrow. The loser of this game will go to the 3rd place game, which will also happen tomorrow. Oh, Misadventure just barely beating out Graceful Dread to grab lead jammer for Cornfed, but Graceful Dread's going to make this a difficult one as the pack is speeding up. Misadventure and Graceful Dread both headed for the pack together. Graceful Dread is through first. Ed is in the pack. Takes a push. From Kelly Kruger to slow Ed down, and Ed was only able to score 3 points as compared to Black Diaspora's 4. A little bit of dancing as we come to the jam line, always fun. I love tournaments because the dancing increases the longer the tournament goes. Like tomorrow, we're going to see probably a lot of dancing on the jam line. Today's a little, today's a little bit more serious. It's the beginning of the tournament. Gotta feel each other out. But now we're getting into the second games for each of these teams. Bad Habit Barbie jamming for Black Diaspora and Ultra Ego jamming for Cornfed. Everybody's just stuck. Bad Habit Barbie trying to sweep from side to side to find some space. Ultra Ego trying to also sweep from side to side. These both teams having really strong tripods. The pack is starting to spread apart. Bad Habit Barbie's got a couple skaters to get through. Debbie Darko being one of them, who's going to make it difficult. Getting a little help from Kelly Kruger. Ultra Ego continuing to fight at the back. Bad Habit Barbie has decided to just wait at this point and see what kind of help Kelly Kruger's going to provide. Good teamwork there by Bad Habit Barbie and Kelly Kruger. Ultra Ego has the star off, is looking to hand it to Alexecutioner. As Bad Habit Barbie's coming into the pack on a scoring pass, taking a hit from Debbie Darko. Ooh, that one hurt my ankle. Oh, Alexa did take a pass and is now jamming for Cornfed. Sliding into the pack and taking a push to the outside from Medieval. Medieval and Hit Me Brewston working together to hold Alexa as Bad Habit Barbie is coming around after her first scoring pass. Alexa is currently on a scoring pass right now.
Oh, and a big hit. On bad habit, Harvey. That's one back.
KTG, you are right. This is a good time to shout out Debbie Darko. Look at that blocking she was doing there in that jam. Great job, Debbie. Goldie Sock says that was a brick wall. It really was. Really, really was. Thanks for your super chat, KTG, and your cats are adorable. Goldie Socks, welcome back. We missed you for a little while, but looks like you are back to the action and back to the game. This is the almost championship game, so one of these teams is going to the championship tomorrow, and the other one's going to the third place game. We are currently in the winner's bracket, the cream of the crop. Shred Her Silly grabbing lead, Jammer for Black Diaspora, Barbarian jamming for Cornfed. I was giggling because Barbarian was like waving the star to the pivot, like, hello, here it is, I've got it. Like you would, wave money to buy something. Here, I want you to take this. Take my money. Take my star. Shredder Silly's gotten through for 4 points and is coming around on a second scoring pass here. Barbarian did pass the star to Pure Polly, who is now trying to get through. These blockers are so strong. Look at that. Look at those blockers. Oh, some good offense by Cornfed, but not gonna trick Kelly Kruger there, who's gonna grab Polly and stop her. Oh, this. Whew. Polly was able to juke to the inside. Goldilocks has been following along. Black Diaspora is looking real. Yeah, they are tough. Tough team. So fun to watch, though. Beautiful zigzag, Silly. Yeah. Gorgeous. Oh, we're getting to the point in the tournament where I'm going to sing my words instead of say them. It's always interesting what happens during a tournament, especially when you're going to announce 12 games. My voice is holding out, though. I'm doing great, right? And I get Melody Mayhem back as my co-host for the next 2 games. And but team timeout has been called by Black Diaspora, so it is joke time. Jokes. Oh, Sirius wants to check on penalties. I think it's been pretty low. It feels like a pretty low penalty game so far. Let's see if I'm right. Look at that. Highest penalty is 2 for Cornfed. Black Diaspora, a little bit more, but still highest being 3. And we're in the second half, right? So this is probably our lowest penalty game so far. Now that I've said that, I know, I understand, I jinx things as an announcer. That's just what happens. KTG is ready for the jokes. Goldie Sock says, you are rocking it, Derby Date Night. Thank you so much. We're having a lot of fun, and I love it when you guys engage in the chat, too. It really helps to have somebody to talk to. I mean, yes, Sirius, I know I'm talking to you, but technically we're in a fight, right? He goes, huh? You forgot about our fight right before? The one where I accidentally put a super chat up before you were ready? Because I keep hitting buttons that I'm not supposed to, so I should. It's really my fault. I fully admit it's my fault. Oh my gosh, the timeout is almost over and I didn't tell a joke. What do you call a well-balanced horse? Stable. What do you call an angry carrot? A steamed veggie. And where do polar bears keep their money? In a snowbank. All right, so see, you got 3 jokes there. And we are back to the action again. Goldie Sox and KTG using their member emojis. Misadventure jamming for Cornfed Roller Derby, just tiptoeing along the outside to get out, but Candy Pane Chaos already got out at the beginning of that jam and is currently on a scoring pass. And decides to call the jam. Black Diaspora getting real close to that 150 mark here with 22 minutes left in this game. Oh, I got so many laugh emojis on that one. See, my jokes are good, serious. Well, there's something. The goal is to entertain, whether they are good or bad. Yes, groans or laughs. We'll take either, as long as you're having fun. Ultra Ego jamming for Cornfed Roller Derby and Rainbow Brat. I don't think I've seen Rainbow Brat with the star yet for Black Diaspora. Ooh, Rainbow coming out that outside line, takes a hit from Pure Polly, but is able to use that core strength to stay in bounds and keep going. Rainbow is from Queen City in Buffalo. Oh, Rainbow is the one who commutes from Canada. Rainbow lives near Niagara Falls and commutes from Canada to Buffalo to play roller derby. KTG, oof, hope everyone has a date with good food and lots of ice packs after this bout. Yes, I think for both teams, this is the last game they'll play today. So they will get to rest. There will be 2 more games tonight, but they will get to rest before they play again tomorrow. Barbarian for Cornfed and Darth Evader again for Black Diaspora. Barbarian getting pushed to the outside, forced to recycle. Darth Evader stepping around the inside line to grab that lead jammer status. Darth Vader coming around on a scoring pass. Barbarian being held. Forces that no pack and is able to get through. Darth Vader through on a scoring pass. Decides to call it before Barbarian can score any points. And Black Diaspora has gone over that 150 mark. I think they did two games ago, or two jams ago. Whew! Words are hard. Luckily, I have Mel back soon to help me out. I know I need to do like vocal exercises or something. Misadventure jamming for Cornfed. Shred Her Silly for Black Diaspora. Shred Her Silly moves in so many directions all at once. And Misadventure was able to get out and become lead jammer there for Cornfed. Shred Her Silly still trying to work her way through the pack. Misadventure, to the cheers of the crowd, is through for 4 points for Cornfed. Shred Her Silly trying to pull that pack apart, having trouble with Pure Poly, and can't see who the others are. B squared. And I think that's Elizabeth. Ed through again for another 4 points. Great job by the Cornfed blockers here. Star has been passed for Black Diaspora, I think. Ed through for another 4 points. The star was it passed? No, it was not passed. They tricked me. That was the most successful jam so far for Cornfed, bringing them to 40 points. All right, Goldie Sox has a joke for us. I had a dream last night. I was swimming in an ocean of orange soda. Turns out it was just a fantasy. That's a good one. I like that one. Candy Pain Chaos is your lead jammer for Black Diaspora. Ultra Ego jamming for Cornfed. Candy Pain Chaos getting through for 4 points. Ego has the star in hand, but is able to get out on that outside line as Candy Pain Chaos comes in. Oh, the ankles. Oh. Some jammers are just really, really flexible. Like Gumby. Is Gumby still a thing? Like, what's a comparable? I mean, I know I'm old, so Gumby is what I think of when I think of flexible, but I don't know what younger folk. I sound so old. What do younger folk think of when they think? Because they don't think Gumby, right? Because they don't probably even know who Gumby. Are there people out there who don't know what Gumby is? Probably. But what's like the younger person equivalent to like something that is super flexible? I'm sure someone in the chat will have a guess. Unless it's Gumby for you guys too. Graceful Dread jamming for Black Diaspora and Barbarian. Oh, Graceful Dread zooming out of the pack to grab lead jammer status. Barbarian has that star off. Graceful Dread coming around on a scoring pass. Oh, that was a big tumble up. Not intentional on anybody's part. I think people were just going in too many directions all at the same time. Okay, Goldie Talk says everyone knows Gumby. Inflatable Tube Man? Oh, yeah, the inflatable tube. I'm old, so it's Gumby for me, too. Stretch Armstrong? I think Stretch Armstrong is older, too. Okay, I'm guessing Necropunk might be a younger... I'm not making any assumptions here, but I have no idea what or who Luffy is. So I'm guessing that might be... Somebody might have to explain. I'm going to have to Google something later. Serious Ghost Danger. Now you sound like an old man. You're afraid of Google? That is a official timeout for the officials to think about things. And for me to tell some more jokes. All right. How do you make an egg roll? Yeah, push it. Hey, you got that one right, Sirius. Good job. Luffy from the anime One Piece. Oh, my younger son watches One Piece. That's all I know. So I know what One Piece is. It's a Netflix show. See? I think it might have been a book first. Joke alert, joke alert. What would bears be without bees? Ears. I love the literal logical jokes. They're my favorites. What do you call a pile of cats? A meountain. Dancing. And derby. Back to the derby. Those were good. Mrs. Incredible. Oh, yeah, Mrs. Incredible. She's so flexible. Ultra Ego jamming for Cornfed and Bad Habit Barbie for Black Diaspora. Oh, we need a dancing emoji as one of our emojis for the members. I think a dancing emoji would be fun. Serious, I'm going to have you making so many emojis, but we don't get more emojis until we have a certain number of members, right? So we're stuck at 4, but when we get more members, we'll have more emojis. Bad Habit Barbie, beautiful one-legged skating to stay in bounds. That was gorgeous to get out as lead jammer. Ultra Ego has got that star off and sneakily passes it to Alexecutioner, who runs into Bad Habit Barbie. Bad Habit Barbie is trying to call the jam. Is Bad Habit Barbie still, isn't she still not lead? Head. Why was the ref? Everyone in the crowds is like doing the call-off motion right now. Like every single person in the crowd. And, oh, there's a lot of confusion. Love the jokes. See? People appreciate my jokes, Sirius. You know what someone told me earlier? I was talking to somebody during intermission, and they were like, I heard Sirius laugh, like, out loud at one of the jokes, and he never does that. You're a tough one to impress. Misadventure jamming for Cornfed, and Melanin Munsta is jamming for Black Diaspora. Oh no, Melanin is going to the penalty box. I don't know what happened. On a track cut, it looks like. And Misadventure is out as lead jammer. Coming through. Getting slowed down there. Oh, Bad Habit Barbie has skated in Washington. Great to see. Bad Habit Barbie is from Angel City, so wow, skaters go from California all the way to Washington. It's a bit of a drive, having lived in Washington before. You got to get through Oregon. Melanin Munster came out of the box, but is getting sent back to the box again for looks like a back block. Misadventure is currently sitting in the box, so they are going to trade places. We're going to do a little shenana jam. And Melanin will only sit for as long as Misadventure sat, so Melanin will not be in the box for too long. And both jammers should be back out on the track together. The whole Black Diaspora lineup is awesome. Great fun to watch. I agree. All of these skaters have been just so much fun to watch. Melanin and Misadventure both back out on the track now. Oh no! Melanin is headed to the box again. On it looks like a track cut as Misadventure goes through for another 4 points for Cornfed. Melanin and one of the Black Diaspora blockers are both in the penalty box, so they will start this next jam with a power jam for Cornfed. Let's look at some penalties here. Cornfed keeping it low, couple people with 2. Black Diaspora still honestly keeping it low. I mean, the highest is 3. So people keeping it pretty low with only 12 minutes left in this game. The winner of this game will go on to the championship game tomorrow evening, and the second place team from this game will go on to the third place game. Lexecutioner jamming in this power jam for Cornfed, looking for some help from her blockers. Melanin is standing in the box. Alexa is through. No, Alexa has a track cut and is headed to the penalty box. Melanin has been released from the penalty box. Alexa got an, what, it was an A, not a cut. Where'd my thing go? A, high block. Melanin, after all that hard work, grabs that lead jammer for Black Diaspora. Melanin approaching the pack on her first scoring pass, on their first scoring pass. Melanin is from Sacramento Roller Derby, so another California skater coming all the way here to good old Muncie, Indiana for our Smalltown Smackdown. We love having all these visitors from all over the country. Hope you guys are having a good time. I know Cornfed are wonderful hosts. They've been treating us over here at Derby Date Night so well and just taking really good care of us, and we really appreciate everybody at Cornfed. Kelly Kruger asking for one more blocker. And we've got all the blockers out, and we have nobody in the penalty box. Looks like we're going to start with a full lineup of 4 blockers for each team and a jammer. Ultra Ego jamming for Cornfed and Graceful Dread for Black Diaspora. Ooh! Did you see that little spinny spin? That was gorgeous by Graceful. Ultra Ego trying to get out, takes a hit to the outside from Patty LaBelle. Wait, I'm sorry, Petty LaBelle. Even better. And that jam is called and will come to a conclusion. Graceful indeed. We are under 10 minutes left in this game. Okay, so the game after this, I need to write this down. This is laminated, so I can't write on it. I believe is Bizman Bombshells versus the Prairieland Punishers. So that is the second cream of the crop. So the winner of that game will go on to play the winner of this game in tomorrow night's championship game. All right, Candy Pan Chaos is lead jammer for Black Diaspora, finding some space on the outside to just dash up that lane 4 there. Misadventure is taking that star off, might be looking for the pivot, is pushed to the outside and being forced to come back as Candy Pane Chaos comes around on a first scoring pass for 4 points. Candy Pane Chaos coming around on a second scoring pass, decides to call the jam as the Executioner has taken the star and comes dashing out of the pack, but unfortunately is not going to be able to do anything, but actually was able to do something because she got a call off. Official timeout. During this official timeout, I'll reintroduce myself. I'm Aria Kidding Me. I am one half of Derby Date Night. I'm here with Sirius Lee, my magical partner, producer, technical director, and guy who just keeps me in line. I can get a little out of control sometimes, so he makes sure I'm taking care of myself, and he takes care of me, which is good. You're very sweet. I sometimes like you, even love you. Our kids, OMG and LOL, sometimes come along with us and sometimes let us go out by ourselves for a derby date night. Today we are with one of our kids, LOL, who is on a camera, working hard for the money for us. So we are we're not making him do it. We're paying him. You know, he's 15, learning what it is like to have a job. And our youngest, OMG, is at home with the dog, which could be its own difficult task depending upon what mood the dog is in today. He's kind of a grumpy old man, so he can be a little bit high maintenance sometimes. But so can our younger child, so the two of them can just battle it out at home, I guess. But that's who we are, and we make up Derby Date Night. We bring Derby Date Night to you here in the Midwest and maybe someday beyond because we love Derby and we want to bring Derby to as many people as we can. We know that some people can't travel with the team and they want to see their loved ones, and some people just want to learn a little bit more about roller derby. And we also like to make it fun, which is why we tell jokes and get a little silly sometimes because we think Derby is just a fun community and we want to bring it to as many people as we can. And we like engaging with you all, our chat, our third wheels who come along with us on these dates. And I've loved getting to know all of you. Ooh, a great big hit from little Addie Adderall to try and stop Shred Her Silly. But Shred Her Silly, so much freaking core strength there to stay in bounds and get that lead jammer status. Barbarian trying to find space. Did Barbarian pass the star? That was a huge hit there again. Was that Addie? No, that wasn't Addie. Oh, that was Polly trying to make that hit. Shred Her Silly is deceptively strong. Like, Shred Her Silly looks small, but it looks like you try to hit Shred Her Silly, and you are the one who's going on the ground. Amazing, amazing strength and form and balance there by Shred Her Silly. It's a clinic. Goldie Sox and KTG using their member exclusive emojis to say Derby love, Derby date night. C. Jane giving us some hearts. I sometimes get a little touchy-feely. Like, tournaments like this make me realize like how special the Derby community is and just how there's so much good love and good vibes, and being a part of the Derby community has changed our lives, and I know it's changed a lot of other people's lives too, and we just love to be a part of it. Uh-oh. Is my voice starting to get a little scratchy? No. I have to. Nope, I didn't say that. It's not. It's fine. It's just getting deeper because I'm emotional. I'm verklempt. Bad Habit Barbie jamming for Black Diaspora. 7 minutes left in this game. Ultra Ego has got the star for Cornfed, but lead jammer is going to go to Bad Habit Barbie and Black Diaspora. Bad Habit Barbie is on a scoring pass right now, getting slowed down a little bit. Ultra Ego got pulled to the back and is still holding that jammer star, communicating with the pivot who said, I'll take the star, don't worry. Executioner putting that star on. Ego looking a little tired, so probably glad to have given that star to somebody else. Ooh, KTG says put some honey in the Coke Zero. That might be a good idea. I bet you that would taste pretty good. All right, Executioner trying to find some space. Ooh, one foot. I love those one-footed things, but unfortunately was unable to stay in bounds and is being forced to recycle all the way back by Grim. Bad Habit Barbie decides to call the jam with 6 minutes left in this period game. I'm going to make a prediction that I think Black Diaspora might be going to the championship. We've got 6 minutes left for Cornfed to score a lot of points. Both teams have just been fun to watch, though. Like, sometimes I don't even care who's winning or who's losing. Like, I just enjoy watching Derby. And this is one of those games that I'm just really enjoying watching. Oh, we've got a little bit of a full penalty box. So Black Diaspora only has 2 blockers out right now. Severina Slammer jamming for Cornfed. Graceful Dread jamming for Black Diaspora. Coming out with that lead jammer status. Severina taking a push to the outside. Kitty and Kelly Kruger pulling Sev back as Graceful Dread. Oh, how did Graceful stay in bounds? Did you see that? Like step right up that inside line. Beautiful. Michael says honey, lemon, and whiskey for throat care, but maybe not while announcing. Oh, Michael, you do not want me to have whiskey. That would be Derby Date Night After Dark. That's a whole different show. Graceful Dread is calling the jam. Sev was able to get out, though. Great job, Sev, working hard. This is a hard team to get out of that pack with. So great, fantastic job. 4 minutes left in this game. As we are winding down to the end of this game, if you had somebody that you are rooting for, that you saw them do something really special, or if you want to just cheer for something fabulous you saw happening during the game, go ahead and drop that in the chat. We love to shout out our skaters, a lot of them who watch the games later, and we love to be able to shout them out. Okay, true. Never shame in losing to a spectacular team. That is so true, and you can learn so much when you're playing a game with a team like this, like Black Diaspora. I have a feeling Cornfed is going to come away from this game saying, you know what, we learned this about this, and we learned this, and this is a great learning opportunity. And that's part of what is fabulous about a B-team tournament. There are so many A-team tournaments, there's regionals, there's the teams that are at the highest of levels, but this is for specifically for B teams. And that's really important, that we're bringing in people who are not necessarily wanting to play at that high A level, but really this is a learning tournament, and a learnament, as we like to say it. And I skated in many of these. Indiana, we used to have the B Cup tournament in Bloomington, and that was when I first got my exposure to B team tournaments, and having my own home league now sponsor the Smalltown Smackdown has been so wonderful, just to see everybody grow and to see this tournament continue, because I think it's such a special thing to have these kind of tournaments as well as those bigger high-level tournaments. More people that can play Derby, the better, right? Rainbow Brat is lead jammer for Black Diaspora. Oh, Stephanie can confirm that Silly hits hard despite looking like she doesn't. That's what I thought, Stephanie. I was like, I have a feeling that would be one of those, I'm just going to bounce off if I try to hit her. Polly has taken the star for Cornfed. That jam will be called, and we are under 3 minutes left in this game. So for those of you who want to come back tomorrow to watch these teams again, we're just going to make an assumption here that Black Diaspora, if they are the winners of this game, they will be playing tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So for those of you like in California, that's going to be 2 p.m. for you tomorrow in the championship game, which will be the winner of this game against the winner of the next game coming up. The third place game will be, what game is this? What game are we? We're in game 5. Oh, sorry. This will not be going to the third place game. The game Cornfed would go on to play tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. So Cornfed would go to play at 11 a.m. tomorrow. All right, Adderall is jamming for Cornfed. Ragin' Bajin is jamming for Black Diaspora. Oh, dang it, Michael. You'll just be leaving when Champs game starts. Well, you can listen to, I have listened to Derby Date Night one time. This is a whole other story why I was listening to Derby Date Night. But last year during the Smalltown Smackdown, I just turned on YouTube and then I listened to it in my car. So you could listen to it. Not as good as watching it, but you know. Yeah, Pixie watched it on a roller coaster. She was at Kings Island a few weeks ago and sent a picture to us of her watching it on a roller coaster. The places that you can watch Derby Date Night. So many different places. Barbarian finding some space on the outside to run up and grab that lead jammer status for Cornfed. Shred Her Silly jamming for Black Diaspora, trying to find some space, looking to the inside, taking a hit from Polly, who's going to force that recycling as Barbarian is in. Michael says, how do you not watch a Black Diaspora game? That's madness, especially if it's a championship game, which it's going to be tomorrow. We have got 20 seconds left in this game as Barbarian comes around. This is a nice little moral victory here, I think, for Cornfed with this lead jammer. Barbarian's working hard. This has been Barbarian's first season with Cornfed and was out for most of the season with a shoulder injury, is just coming back after being out for a couple months. Love to see it. And the period clock has ended, so this will be the last jam of this game as Barbarian continues to push. Grabbing 4 more points for Cornfed here. We have gone past the 50 mark, which probably having played in games where we have been losing by a lot, sometimes it becomes more about let's get past 50 points or let's get past a certain number. So hopefully that was the goal for Cornfed, and they reached it there. Michael, you're going to blame me for things? You'll bail out of the officials crew and blame me. You know what, though? I don't think Derby Date Night is going to make it to California anytime soon, so I think I'm okay with it. You can just say Aria said so. Aria said that I can watch Derby Date Night, or you could do what the officials at this tournament are doing, and they've got Derby Date Night on over in the air-conditioned rest area for the officials. So they've been watching over there. So maybe you could. I think maybe our head tournament crew has it on over by his table. So let me write down the scores, and thank you again for joining. We will be back in just a minute with another game because it's a tournament and we get to do 7 games today. So it will be our 6th game. Our next game will be between. Can I see the tournament bracket series? All right, so we are about to have the Prairieland Punishers versus the Bizman Bombshells. They are going to be competing for the chance to play Black Diaspora tomorrow in the championship game. So stick around, that should be a great game, and one of those 2 teams is going to go on to play Black Diaspora tomorrow. We'll be back in just a little bit with the next game.